Hello my lemon drizzle cake and welcome to this video. This is something that I am so passionate talking about as a 1-year Oxford reject. I feel like I should have like a little cupcake or something like with a candle on it. But essentially I know the pain of getting rejected, but I am also very happy and grateful to say that I have fully processed it and moved on, and my life has been so much lighter, better. Genuinely, I wake up in the morning and I am so grateful for rejection, and so I want to share what helped me get through it, because I still know people in my year who still sort of struggle with that feeling and haven't fully processed it yet. So I don't want that to be you. Firstly, I am very sorry that things did not go out your way, but I don't want you to believe that you are unlucky or that you are not deserving of success, or that this means that your future opportunities are capped, or that you are not as smart as you think that you are. Okay, I don't want you to form any of these damaging and harmful beliefs that are just incorrect as well, and will affect other areas of your life, such as your confidence and your approach to opportunities in general. So watch this whole video because I'm going to be sharing a lot of golden nuggets in this. So for context, I applied for Oxford last year, Wadham College, and I applied for biology. I had 2 interviews. My first one I thought went okay, second one I thought went really well, and that was the one with my college as well, or the college I applied for. And throughout sixth form since like year 11, because I got 9 9s and 1 8, oh my god, for 9 at GCSEs, and I applied with 3 A stars as well. And the personal statement that I wrote, my biology teacher said that it was the best one that he's read, or one of the best, and people were telling me like, oh, you're definitely going to get in. Like, I very much felt like I would have belonged at Oxford, and I did an Oxford summer school at Wadham College, and it felt like home by the end of it. So for me, rejection was quite surprising in a way, and as a result I did feel a bit like, whoo. So that is my story. But right now I'm at Durham. I absolutely love it here. I genuinely would not change it. If I had an offer for Oxford like tomorrow, I would not go. I would stay where I am now. And so I wanted to share what I've thought about and learned the past year, and also to just reaffirm that I am living proof, as are many other people. But you know, you're watching my video, I am living proof that you will thrive after rejection, and it does not become part of your identity. It's just like a shared experience joke that you have. Like, me and my 2 closest friends were all Oxford rejects. None of us are affected by it. It's just like, yeah, we applied, we didn't get in, we're at a better, more suitable place now, and that doesn't mean anything. I want you guys to give yourself the grace of being able to move on, because when you move on you feel so much lighter. I know people who are still affected by it, and you can tell that it drags them down a bit, and we do not want that. We do not want that. We want to be frolicking, we want to be living with joy and whimsy, etc. So firstly, these are like a little bit of everything in a way. So I want to talk about initially the embarrassment that you might feel of not getting in when you've told people that you've applied. People have told you in return, oh, you're going to get in, and then you have to then break the news to them that you actually didn't. Your fear of other people judging you and thinking of you as less intelligent, etc., is a lot of the times just in your head. So for me, I remember other people I knew who got rejected without an interview. So I was lucky enough to get an interview, but I know people who didn't even make it to the interview stage. However, they were some of the smartest people that I knew in our year at school, and so I never thought, oh, they're not as smart as I thought they did, because I knew how hardworking they were. I had heard of their success at different competitions. I knew that they were predicted 3 A stars, 4 A stars. So instead, I genuinely was like, why on earth would like Oxford, Cambridge like reject them? That doesn't make sense, because they are such a great student. And so it changed how I viewed university, not them. Because when people are close to you, they will not be like, oh, they're clearly just like, what, making up their grades. No, there's something with the university that cannot recognize that they are so intelligent and so capable, and will be such a valuable asset student for their university. So if you're worried about people who know you judging you, firstly, if they actually knew you, they wouldn't judge you, because they would know how intelligent you are objectively. And secondly, if they are going like, oh, you didn't get an interview, oh, you must not be very smart then, clearly they don't know you that well. And in that case, who cares what their opinion is? Like, if they don't know you that well, they could believe that you're a fairy or something, and it's like, well, whatever, you know. And it's all about, you know, that you're intelligent. that matters. Secondly, if you really loved the city or the place that the university was in, it's a reminder that you can still go there, bro. Getting rejected this time does not mean that you can never go to that city again. You're like barred from entering. I got rejected from Oxford, but I am still planning to go visit Oxford and meet my friends. I can still do that. And hey, I don't even need to do the workload to get in. So you can still enjoy the things that you can see there, you know, and you can apply for a master's there, or you can take a gap year, reapply, or you could do a PhD there. Maybe you might even become a professor and teach there. Who knows? Like, your life is not cut off at this point just because you didn't get in this one time. Okay, so keep your options open. It's not the end of your journey yet. Thirdly, if you're worried about losing a friend, because for me, I'd gone to Oxford summer school and a biology field work week summer school thing, I had quite a few friends who were all applying to Oxford, and I had one close friend in particular who, we don't live in the same cities, which is why we were both really hoping to both get into Oxford, and she got into Oxford and I didn't for biology. And I was really sad initially, but it's like, friendship should never just be circumstantial. They should never be because we're going to the same school, because we're in the same area, we're friends. It should always be based on shared values, shared politics, shared outlook on life, complementary personalities. So in that sense, it's like, well, if you lose a friend because you both don't get into the same university, then what does that say about that friend? They're clearly not a good, supportive, loving friend. And in that sense, why would you want to still stay friends with them? You know? One of my friends who applied to Cambridge at another school, she was really good friends with this one girl. They both applied to Cambridge and the other girl got in and she didn't. And that other girl just stopped talking to her. And it was like, what? That is crazy. And so it's absolutely like heart-wrenching. I've been through rough friendship breakups, not from this, from worse, but so I know how hard it is to lose a close friend like that. But there is a silver lining where I can think of it as a blessing to know that, well, at least I know now that they are not a good friend, so I will not continue that relationship. From not being friends with them, you freed up this space to then make more friendships, which is what I did at university. And yeah, I'm so grateful. I have so many great friends at uni and I love it. And fourthly, this uni rejection does not show your intelligence at all. So for example, with Oxbridge and medicine, dentistry, veterinary science and their interviews, you cannot get a accurate gauge of a person's ability and of a person's intelligence through 1-2 interviews. And I know it sounds like cope, coming from someone who was rejected after an interview and things like that, but it is really true that whilst you get a good indicator, there are so many factors at play. As you mature, as I've matured, you know, now, as I've gotten older, you really do make peace with the fact that at times things don't seem to initially work out for you. But it's like the strings unraveling, and right now you're just seeing like random lines scattered. But once a whole ball of yarn unravels, then you see like a fully formed word or a picture. I'm just blabbing. But essentially, right, you do not know, or you might not really like understand in the moment that things work out for a reason. I remember when I applied to Wadham, I think it was 6 places for biology, and hearing like one of my friends say like, oh, they can only accept 6 people, you know, it's such a small number. I remember being like, well, why couldn't I be one of those 6 people? But when you actually think about it, like, also take into account that there are people who take gap years, there are people who apply deferred year. Like, it did help that people that I looked up to, that I was like, yeah, they're more hardworking than me, they're more intelligent than me, they were also in the same position as me when it came to uni Oxford rejection. And again, I just want to affirm, please trust the process, trust the journey, trust that you will always be in the right place at the right time, you will meet the right people, and you will always be on the right path to whatever your goals or whatever your purpose is in life. Genuinely, I believe that if you have that drive to succeed, you will get there no matter what. It doesn't depend what university you end up at. You will find the people who will guide you on the right path. You will have the lecturers who will inspire you. You will find the opportunities that are meant for you and you only, and you will succeed. You will be in the position that you see yourself in 10 years from now, in your dream case scenario, okay? And in a way, you know, like, your dream university it is a dream. You don't know the full reality of it. I didn't think that the Oxbridge workload was that much, so I applied. I was like, yeah, I'll be able to make up to it. But my friend who got into Oxford for biology was like, yeah, this workload is just like insane. And she got 3 A stars, A star EPQ. She does hockey at a really high level as well. She is so hardworking. She has her life together far more than I do. And she found it difficult. So I was like, whoo, imagine if I was there. Like, not to say that I would have dropped out, but for me, I struggle where if I'm stressed out, particularly academic stress, my skin flares up. And I've been really happy because at university my skin's been getting better, but God, if I was at Oxford, I don't think it would have. So there's a little pro silver lining for me. And you know what, you can use rejection as fuel, as motivation. Like, use this to prove that you are an amazing student and get those A stars in the future, bro. And again, if you don't think you did that well in the interview, learn interview skills, learn interview structures, learn how to use the STAR method, and then get all those future scholarships, get those future internships, get those future job roles and things like that. I really like interviews now because I know how to be good at them, and as a result I've gotten a fully funded scholarship, and I also applied for this like EDI role at uni. And because I'm in year 1 right now, they actually created a whole new role so that I can be the deputy next year and then go into the role the year after that, guaranteed. So it's not like, oh, the interview went badly, I'm just not going to think about it or process it, and I'm just going to let the resentment fester in my heart. No. What we are doing instead is we are going, okay, it didn't go well that one time, so to prevent myself or to get better at it in the future, because I know that in order to be successful, these things are inevitable, I will learn how to interview well. I will actively put myself into those situations so that I can get better at speaking and selling myself to people who are slightly scary and intimidating, and I will get all the future opportunities that come my way. That is what we are doing instead. Also remember that uni rejection is not all or nothing, right? Through writing your personal statement to apply to top course, top university, dream university, you would have had to do a lot of extra things, extra reading. Maybe you've discovered a new favourite book and a new favourite topic that you're interested in. You went to a summer school, made friends, learned skills, went to a gorgeous place in the English countryside. You know, these things also matter. These things add so much value to your life. It's not just, oh, I did all of this, it doesn't matter unless I get into my dream university. Like, those things have all combined to create the amazing person that you are, with the experiences that have fulfilled your life, with the friendships that will last for longer than university. So think about all the things that you're grateful for in this process of applying to your dream university as well. And also, thriving after rejection is, I think, such a great skill to have had, because it shows that you won't let this rejection pull you down, that you are stronger than it, and that you are confident in knowing that if you ever face something similar in the future, you can get over it. Oxbridge rejection for me, and I'm sure for many, many others, for you watching as well, is the first time where you've put yourself into a situation and then you've been rejected, even though you wanted it really badly. And so it is like an eye-opener. But again, we will not use this as something to tell ourselves, oh, we're really unlucky, because that is not true. We will use this to tell ourselves instead that we are strong and that we are able to turn a situation that seems bad into something that benefits us and the rest of our life. Yes, because you've survived, you've flourished as well after this, and it's very character building. I know that everyone processes it differently. So I've outlined sort of everything that I thought about, everything that I focused on, that has helped me fully process this and in fact be grateful that I was rejected, as a more, these are all the things I've done in separate aspects, rather than I first did this, then I did this, then I did this. Although actually I will say one thing that I did at the start was, because Stoicism is the way, I wrote down all of the things that I saw as bad. So for example, people thinking that I'm not very intelligent, me thinking that I'm not very intelligent, or losing friendships because I'm not going to be at the same university as them. And then I flipped it on this edge. So other people don't think I'm intelligent, doesn't matter. I don't think that I'm intelligent, that's wrong because of my grades, which objectively show that I'm intelligent. Not being close to friendships, well, if it's a real friendship, it will last anyway. So you change it, you flip your thinking. So that is a tangible thing that I did at the very start. And then the rest of these thoughts went from being a bit quiet in my mind to being like a fully formed belief that I had that really helped me with rejection. I agree that it is annoying when people say like, oh, you should have gotten in, because that's not comforting necessarily. But obviously, like, for someone who hasn't been rejected, they might not understand that that isn't very helpful. I think from rejection you can see like which friends are your real ones, you know, based on their reaction. So that's a little other positive thing about this, I guess. And then finally, I want to end this on this note. You carry your own happiness internally. Wherever you go, you are... What's that Timothy Chalamet quote? It's like, you're the master of your own destiny. Life doesn't come at you, you do it. Anyway, something like that. But you carry your own happiness internally, regardless of whatever environment you are in. And I am such a strong supporter of that. And you can change your happiness levels as well. I have been trying to implement more whimsy into my life, and as a result I think I've become a lot of a happy person. So uni truly is what you make of it. It's a reflection of your own projections. Don't bank on going to a specific university to make you happier. Say for example, if I was like, I will only be happy if I'm at Oxford, or I will be happier if I'm at Oxford. Firstly, that means that if I were ever sad, which probably would have been quite a lot of times with the amount of essays that you have to do every week. Oh my god. Anyway, if I felt sad, I would have then just felt guilty, because it's like, well, why am I sad, or why am I unhappy? I'm at Oxford. And you wouldn't really be as kind to yourself. And secondly, I think you would have just felt a bit of like an imposter syndrome, you know, if you're not happy, but you've told yourself that, oh, I will be happy when I'm there, or I will finally feel confident or deserving, but then you don't. Being happy, confident, and feeling deserving of success comes from you deep down, not because of some external environment scenario, okay? It all comes from you. And yes, things outside like getting into Oxbridge will help you feel more confident and things like that, but truly it comes from inside you and radiates out, rather than it coming inside, which I think a lot of people assume. And monkey covering eyes emoji, thanks. Sorry, I've been talking for 27 minutes. I'm going a bit loopy. What was my point? Okay, basically, you are deserving of love, success, opportunities, life, everything great. Getting rejected from your dream university does not stop any of this. Another important thing is you either get what you want now, you get what you want later at a better time for you, better suited for you, or you get something better. Think of life like that. For me, I got something better. The university that I'm at now, the friends that I've made, the course that I do, because I actually don't like genetics that much, and I really don't like human anatomy. But I really like ecology, and at my university now, I get to do a course that's half biology and half geography, which doesn't exist elsewhere, I don't think. And I find that so much more enjoyable than if I had to do straight biology. So I'm in literally the perfect situation for myself, because I truly believe everything works out for a reason, and everything works out in my favor. Okay, repeat that to yourself. Everything works out in my favor. So even if you can't see it yet, I want to show you living proof that you will overcome any negative feelings that you have right now about rejection. You will be able to process it fully, entirely, and you will thrive and flourish later on, okay? And if you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe, please do comment. I love reading comments. I don't know if you guys think about like it from the YouTuber's perspective, but I screenshot all the really lovely comments that I get. Some of the really nice ones I have hearted as well, so when I'm going through my camera roll and I see it, I'm like, oh, this is why I do what I do, you know? Like, I'm not monetized, but it's okay, because hearing that a video has helped any of you guys is more than enough for me. If you did actually want to support, I have set up a little buy me a coffee account, so you can become a member, or you can make like a one-time donation to really support the channel, and I would appreciate that a lot. And thank you again for watching till the very end. Like, I appreciate that so much, and I hope you have an exceptional rest of your day. Look after yourself, and I love you so much.